Alright, here we are with another full block Dragon's Maze, or actually full block Return to Ravnica draft, and let's see what we got here. Pontiff of Blight seems decent. It is a 6-drop, but pretty good one. Give and take, not that great. This is pretty good, I think. Spike Jester's pretty good if you do the 2-color aggro deck, which I think is actually a pretty is a pretty reasonable strategy in this format. I didn't think it would work so much, but apparently it is. Robelt Maka is also pretty damn good. You just rare draft, or yeah, maybe will be the Extort deck. I like Extort. Extort, I think, is my favorite mechanic in the whole thing. The Blood Rush, I like Blood Rush, and let's see what else. Populate was a pretty fun mechanic too. Unleash was okay. Profit Loss, that's decent. Ascendant Law Mage is, or Ascended, not Ascendant, is pretty nice. That's also excellent. Rectos Drake, I don't think we want to do that. Zertod Druid is also good. I think I should probably just keep taking the best card here, which is either the Zertod Druid. Runner's Bane is actually pretty decent too. But probably a Zertod Druid or Cross Incubation, or I don't know about the Ascended Law Mage is quite as good as the removal. Profit Loss, I don't think it is fine, but I don't think it's as as good as Cross's Incubation. I like this card quite a bit. Zertod Druid could fit in kind of the Gruul deck's not so great. I'll take Cross's Incubation. Let's just see where we go. This card I like. This is an interesting card. Especially if you get it early, you can start build around it, try and pick up gatekeepers and gates and anything with an enters the battlefield effect. Also work well with this guy. Probably, honestly, if I look at this, Cross Incubation is probably better than Pontiff of Blight anyway. They're completely different colors. So, problem is it doesn't really go necessarily in the Evolve deck. You don't really want to bounce things. Well, you can bounce this back to his hand. So, I'll take this. I want to try and build around this card. This card is fun. I've had some games where it's just like they play this, and then you're like, well, there's no way I can ever beat that because I've got the gatekeeper that keeps recycling. So, doesn't work with the Species Gorger, but Beetleform Mage is pretty nice. I think it's better than Thrashing Moss Dog, which is also nice. Warlord's Helix might actually be the best card in this pack, but I don't think I want to go down that path. Although it's maybe we should just listen to what they're telling us, because this punish the enemy also being open. Or maybe we just send the signal and pick up some Sweep the Simic cards. Let's commit to the Simic. You can commit a little bit here because you know that the person who's going to open all the Simic cards ahead of us, we can cut them in advance. So, let's just throw a cost sort. Maze Glider. Don't think you want to run 4 colors in this format, preferably. So Sin Collector does have a nice enter the battlefield effect. Much more relevant and constructed than limited. So Maze Glider is pretty good. Just making this guy a flyer is pretty helpful. This is a 6-drop, so don't want to get too many more of those, if any, really. Maybe probably one more. Or we could start taking some fixing. I think the Maze Glider is just good enough that we'll take it. It's close though. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Plasm Capture. That's a card. If we just commit hardcore to the Simic thing, we can actually run it. Although Simic doesn't really, is more of a curve than a ramp thing, so the ramp's not that great. You could take Windrake is fine, Deputy of Acquittals, or Cross the Gorgon kind of works as an allied color. Simic Cluestone. Boy, Plasm Capture. I'm just curious about that card. It's probably not really better, but it is in our colors. Windrake is certainly not anything worth going crazy for. Opalite Gatekeeper is actually pretty good. We do really want to start getting gates for that. Maybe I should take the gate instead of that. Because a 2/4 by itself is actually fine. Especially in Simic, where that's going to get you a fair bit of evolve triggers, hopefully. But you can't get that many evolve triggers when there's only... I mean, we've already gotten through this. There's no evolve triggers here, so I'll just take I'll take the gate. Blast of Genius. Choose target creature or player. Draw 3 and get to burn. Maybe we take that. A little bit of red would be okay for us. Looked like red was pretty open. So we'll see about that. Armed and Dangerous, Gatekeepers, Cluestones. I think maybe just the Gatekeeper. So if you can, like, recycle him with the Species Gorger while you have gates out, it's just, like, impossible for them to ever beat you down. Gruul Gilgate, I think we're going to go ahead and take that. Yeah. A little red splash, extra gate, not bad, not bad. Opalite Gatekeepers, plenty good. Another thing that's combos with the Species Gorger. Let's go ahead and hide that Pontiff. Gruul Cluestone is going to be better than Maze Rusher, pretty sure. Destroy Defender, Mending Touch. Mending Touch is like a sideboard card. If they've got a lot of removal. Drown in Filth. We definitely want a second one of that. Drown in Filth, you have to kind of have the right deck for it. You have to basically combo it with some other way to get land cards into your graveyard. And then it works well, but until then it doesn't really do much, except mill you out. If you're trying to mill yourself, that would work perfectly fine. Okay, we'll hide that. So, Simic Guildgate, hopefully wheels. I don't think we're going to just pass it. Wasteland Viper is actually pretty nice. Nimbus Swimmer might be better. Anyway, no real interest in battlefield effects for us to try and grab. Wasteland Viper might be better. Well, 1-drop with Death Touch can help slow the game down quite a bit. You have to. It does have 2 toughness. I'm going to take the Wasteland Viper and hope the Nimbus Swimmer wheels. It's not really exactly what you call mana efficient. This is not a great pack for us. There's 2-drop, but I think I want my 2-drop to be a little bit more defensive than that. So we could take a Guildgate, which isn't a bad thing. We do have 2 gatekeepers, so that's helpful. There are some decent red cards. Cinder Elemental would probably be the #1 of them for this deck, although we're already getting kind of heavy on the 4-drops. Maybe it's just the gate. don't like to second pick the gate, but I do like being able to cast my spells. Cinder Elemental's pretty useful though. It is a creature. I think I'm gonna take the gate. That might be crazy, but now that I see the war pig, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be keeping the red splash, so that's gonna help us out, and it's gonna help the gatekeepers and stuff. So I think it's correct to take the pig over the Sage's Road Denizen. Sage's Road Denizen is a little bit more what we need to do. We need to be filling out the. Don't have any 2-drops. Need to be filling out the 2s and the 3s, but Zertos Swine I think is just so much better. But from now on we need to prioritize 2-drops, and Metropolis Sprite works okay with that. It's not great, but we're going to take that over the Sapphire Drake or Rumination Worm, because we've got some stuff up there. There's stuff. Still looking for Enters of Battlefield effects. And that's not the Enters of Battlefield effect we want. Greenside Watcher, I'm pretty sure is what we want. Yeah. It's a 2-drop and it accelerates our mana. We do have 3 guild gates, so it's pretty effective ramp. Or not necessarily super effective, but reasonable. Can get us up to these 4-drops. Sylvan Primordial. What's the Enters of the Battlefield effects? For each opponent, destroy target non-creature permanent that player controls for each permanent. Search your library for, and we put that onto our battlefield. And shuffle your ... Not too helpful. Shuffle that card and put it into battlefield tapped. I think we just take the Frilled Oculus over it. This is nice, I guess. It's not super powerful for a 7-drop. So, if that was, well, if we were in the colors that had the white or the black or the red Primordial, we might take that instead. No, Homing Lightning, I don't think we can splash. Yeah, we're definitely not just straight 3-color. We're Simic splashing into Gruul and Izzet, I guess. So I guess we'll just take the Warmind Infantry. It's not really what we want to do, but it's a 3-drop, so it might be a little hard for us to cast. So hopefully we don't have to run it, but I don't really want to run clean yeah, don't want to run them. So another War Pig, I think, is pretty solid. We are not the Evolve deck. Zertos Swine also works well with the Maze Glider. Still looking for more combos with the Species Gorger, but what are you gonna do? So this is our original pack, I think. Yes, this is the original pack. The Nimbus Swimmer wheeled, so it's a good thing we didn't take it. Kind of unfortunate we did not wheel the, or maybe I want the Leyline Phantom. No, I think I want the Nimbus Swimmer more. A little bit more flexibility. I can play up with some ramp. I think the Swimmer's better. It's evasive and stuff. So that goes out there. Cinder Elemental wheeled. And I think we'll take that over the Metropolis Sprite. Pretty sure we'll take it. And some flexibility. Some reach at the end. Simic Key Rune. Not the best key rune, but we'll take it. Parental Shielded Passage could be an issue. I don't think these other cards are even vaguely playable. Alright, so want to get a couple more 2-drops, 3-drops. Really don't want to be running him. So, yeah. Sure, maybe we could run that if we have a disaster happen. So right now we've got 21 quote-unquote playables. I want to put that away. I want to put that away. I guess the key rune's okay. Becoming a 2/3 hexproof creature is not terribly useful. I'd rather be able to just crack it for a new card, probably. But it does ramp us in some colors. So, alright, what do we got? Archon of the Triumvirate. That card is really good. That's the 7-drop you want, but it's not for us. Although, well, Towering Indrik is fine. We did not get the Summit cards in that pack, in that last thing, which is weird because we were definitely cutting it in the first pack. But you never know. Some people just might first pick something and play it or die trying. So I think this is the best card. Golgari Decoy is not really what we're trying to do. Yeah. Alright. So we'll take that. Goblin Ooze. Not really what we want. Void Wielder is what we want, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, it's perfectly fine on its own. And being able to recycle it with the Species Gorger, pretty solid. Pretty solid. So let's go ahead, hide that. So we want to pick up an Izzet Guildgate if we can here. Hide land. Sphinx of the Chimes. Bush Shredder. So but the choice is between, this feels weird saying, between Sphinx of the Chime and Bush Strider. We really do need 2-drops, and he's good because he's going to trade up with most things. He can trade up with a lot of 3 and 4 drops with 3 power. He can even get in some hits ahead of time. Sphinx of the Chimes, it's going to be pretty hard for you to actually use the ability on it, but it is a 5/6 flyer. Yeah, we've already got some stuff. I'll take the Bush Strider. I'm trying to be disciplined towards not neglecting my 2 and 3 drops. I can neglect the 1 drops, that's fine, but not the 2 and the 3 drops. So let's just take a straight up 3/2. Essentially, we could, or Pyro Convergence. Are we that deck? I don't think we are. We do have a fair bit of gold, but it's just too slow. Like Trickery, Chorus of Might. I think we could take. I should just take this. Take the Crocodile. It's gonna be better than this guy for us because it's something we can at least cast reliably on turn 3. Street Spasm. I haven't played with these cards in a while. The pack 1. So Gatecreeper Vine, I think. Street Spasm's pretty nice, but it's going to be hard for us to get that double red. I mean, it's fine if you don't ever overload it, but it's really, really nice when you do overload it. But I think Gatecreeper Vine gives us a little bit more, you know, it's a speed bump, it chump blocks, and it can fetch a gate to help us enable the gatekeepers. Yeah, I think we'll take the Gatekeeper Vine. That might have been a bad pick. We don't have like hardly any removal. So Batterhorn maybe? There's like kind of a lot more artifacts bouncing around now that they've got these clue stones all over the place. It's either that or take Rebel Belt Rhino, which I don't think we need another 5-drop, and he's just a 5-drop. He's not even a really good drop. We could take the Vassal Soul too. Double blue might be a little hard for us. Batterhorn, 2-for-1s. Man, the problem is there's not really that many good artifacts you want to get rid of. So, wow, lots of black. Maybe we should have followed up with our first pick and taken a lot of black. It's not terribly good black. These are 3. Yeah, Thieving Glee is also playable. We'll take another Guild Gate. So I think we just need to take the Paralyzing Grasp. Judge's Familiar is solid as well, but it's a little bit better if you're just trying to tempo them out and getting, you know, hit for like 4 damage for 1 mana, kind of. We're kind of gonna need some removal of some sort other than Blast of Genius. So this is a removal of some sort. It's kind of the bad sort, but what are you gonna do? So we can take Crosstown Courier. We probably won't play it, but we might have to sideboard it in if we need something to trade. Doorkeeper we can run. Survey the Wreckage. These are both like sideboard cards. This would be good if he has lots of removal. Survey the Wreckage is really only if they're running like 5-color nonsense, which people don't seem to be running that much of, so we'll take him. Pyroconvergence. Conjured Currency. This is such a weird card. I'll take it. That's actually pretty. If you have a sack outlet, it's decent. Yeah, Vessel Soul. We might actually run that one. Tapped creatures have. Okay, so that's not a thing. Alright, I feel okay about this. We'll have a reasonable red splash. Probably won't run the Batterhorn. But we'll have basically a free red splash, I think. I think we have 3 gates that do red. Yeah, 3 gates that do red and a Cluestone. We might not run the Cluestone, but let's throw this together. Gatekeepers, Paralyzing Grasp. I really don't like that, but I think we have to run it as an answer. Metropolis Sprite, it's fine. Doorkeeper, maybe not. We'll just throw it in for now. Indrik, more Gatekeepers. I think we have to run both Gatekeepers because they combo well with the Species Gorger. We do have 4 gates and another way to fetch gates with the Vine. So let's throw that in for now. Yep. I think we can go ahead and run this. I don't know. This is going to be a little cuckoo, but it also gives us if you can do Plasm Capture on a 5-drop and then next turn untap for Nimbus Swimmer, it's going to be pretty good, unless they just, you know, arrest them or something. Alright, so that's 23 cards. Let's look at the curve. That's a reasonable curve. I'd like to have like 1 more 3-drop, but that would have to be like Warmind Infantry or Innkeeper. I've heard Innkeeper's not that bad, but it's definitely not that good. Heavy on the 4-drops. Oh, do we want? Yeah, so this would be something we could. It's a 3-drop. Technically, helps accelerate us out to the War Pigs. And Species Gorger, Void Wielder, combo nonsense. I think we want to run that, and then cut. I feel like what I should cut is the Plasm Capture, but I just want to see how it works. Yeah, Blast of Genius might also be something you could cut, but so maybe one of the 2-drops, just one. Doorkeeper never attacks. Metropolis Sprite. What does Metropolis Strike really do in this deck? We don't have any way to boost it, except, you know, some a little blood rush there. And it's a flyer. It can trade with a fair number of flyers. Maybe actually we cut the Vassal Soul. I mean, it's fine, but double blue could be an issue. Not a huge issue, but a little bit of an issue. So I'm going to try, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead, so we know we have 4 dual lands. I'm going to try a new way of doing lands. So we can see, let me get a calculator. Alright. So we're going to run 17 lands. We know that we have 4 dual lands, so that's essentially 21 different color mana sources. This is new for me, so just bear with me. So we have 21 colored color sources. Alright, so we've got 15, 14, and 3, so we have a total of 32 converted mana or 32 colors on our symbol. 32 colored mana symbols on spell cards. So 32 divided by sorry. All right. So 15 divided by what was the method I was trying to do here? Boy, I'm really proving my stupidity here. 15 divided by 32. Alright, so 47% of our land should create green. So we multiply that by 21. Right. Okay, so that tells us we should have 10 green sources. Okay, so we should have 10 green sources, so the guild gates get us 3 of those. Sort by color anyway. Alright, so 3 green already. So we add 7 force to get us up to 10 green sources. And is 14 divided by 32 times 21, 9. So we should have at least 9. This is kind of stupid anyway, because I know I'm just going to run the gates and that. But I should have 9 blue sources. And there's 2. So we should add 7 of those. And actually, we're actually above. Maybe I think I screwed that up somehow. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut forced. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources and 9 green sources. We got 3 red sources plus this. We've got a way to fetch them out. Our red is all in kind of the upper end. And maybe we should add that Cinder Elemental. That would be another good way to use up the mana from this silly Plasm Capture. So if I were to run the Cinder Elemental, I do need some more removal. What would we do? If we ran the Cinder Elemental, we should probably not cut it. Maybe we could cut Doorkeeper. Because Doorkeeper is only good against aggressive decks, which we might not be facing. Probably will be facing a little bit more of those. Maybe run like that. So we've got 4 red cards and 4 red sources, or 5 red sources actually if you count the Gatecreeper Vine. This also combos nicely with Species Gorger. I had not thought of that before because I am the dumb. I don't like... This guy's not really going to do anything. We're not going to mill them out unless the game goes like super crazy long. Alright, this seems reasonable. Yeah. So the red splash is reasonable. We've got four mana sources for it, and it doesn't nothing happen. We don't need the red until at least turn 4. And we got fetching for it. Greenside Watcher. Rush Shredder. Alright, yeah. This seems fine to me. So I will see you in round 1.